Hello and welcome to this very special Halloween episode of Making Connections, the BattleCON analysis show where I, your host, Marco De Santos, also known as Mechanic Critic, try to not do so badly at BattleCON Online. In the previous episode where Hi everyone, Evil Marco here to give you a Halloween special of pure evil, where we talk about how to be evil and how to use it to your advantage. Now, in order to be truly evil, you have to learn how to play my new Dark Master, Evil Hikaru. But before we get to that, let me just clear my throat. Alright. Here are the top 3 things you need to know to be evil. Number 1. Manage your tokens. And this is very opposite to how usual token management works. Rather than wanting to keep your tokens and treat them preciously, Evil Hikaru hates his tokens. They can go die. They can go dig themselves in a ditch and forget about him forever. Evil Hikaru doesn't actually want to keep his tokens. In fact, every single one of his cards can regain him a token. However, this is bad, as a variety of Evil Hikaru's effects get weaker the more tokens he has in his pool. This means that it's your job to spend as much tokens as possible and to avoid regaining them as much as possible. There are a few exceptions, however, as there is diminishing returns to how many tokens you discard. Having Evil Hikaru at 1 token? Good. Having Evil Hikaru at 0 tokens? Not so good. Some of his tokens are actually quite powerful, and you may want to keep Evil Water or Evil Wind for the extra speed or hit confirm. Step 2 to being truly evil is not being safe at all. Evil Hikaru is a very antithesis kind of character compared to most of the characters you have in BattleCON Online. Characters like Hikaru, Cadenza, Calistar, in fact even Riflem, all share a common thing, in that they gain safety by having absurd levels of stats, be it because of their extreme priority, extreme range, or extreme stun guard. Evil Hikaru basically doesn't get any of this. A lot of his cards are middling in stats, whether it be range, priority, or stun guard. The only thing Evil Hikaru does right is to have absurd, and I literally mean absurd, amounts of power on his attacks. His entire playstyle focuses on getting big beats. In a way, he's kinda like Cadenza and or Mikhail. He doesn't get to hit a lot, but when he does hit, it hurts for like 8 to 9 damage. So that's what Evil Hikaru's about. It's not about playing safe, guaranteed hits. It's about playing wacky, big, destructive hits. And your opponent's job is to figure out a way to avoid them. Play them with this in mind. It's your opponent's job to avoid them. If they do, good for them. If they don't, you win the equivalent of 3 beats in 1 hit. And the last, final step to being truly evil is clashing. Evil Hikaru loves to clash and parry. Now, for those who don't know, clashing and parrying are basically very intertwined terms. Clashing is what you do to resolve priority ties. Simply change the bases and then check the priorities again. If they're tied, clash again. If they're not, then somebody's already faster. Now, why is this useful for Evil Hikaru? Well, it all comes in the form of parrying. Now, many high-level players have realized that by forcing clashes on their opponent, they can essentially force the opponent to change the base that they're playing. So say you're reading a Clockwork Shot from a Cadenza, instead of just eating the Clockwork Shot, you could play an attack with the same priority as Clockwork Shot, and then force Cadenza to change his base. Now, instead of Clockwork Shot, it's Clockwork Grasp, which is nowhere near as scary. So at the end of it all, this is very useful for a character like Evil Hikaru, who not only has a variety of styles which benefit from clashing the opponent, some of which even allow him to purposely clash the opponent without having to tie priorities, it's also very good for any character with middling stats. By essentially forcing your opponent out of their good pairs, you can take advantage of this and use that as a window of opportunity ability to hit them with attacks that would seem impossible to hit otherwise. This is true for every character, but it is even more true for Evil Hikaru, because not only does he have a style that allows him to clash whenever he wants, he also has two other styles that gain huge benefits from reading the opponent's specific attack, whether it's because you played the same attack pair or you've clashed because of playing the same attack pair. All of these go together to let Evil Hikaru become one of the biggest swing characters in the game. Sure, Evil Hikaru might be down 5 HP now, but one beat is all it takes for Evil Hikaru to be up 4 HP instead. So with that, that's my final tip on how to be truly What?
Nice job.
Oh, right. Tip number 4, I forgot, there was a last tip. Tip number 4, emote a lot. I kid you not, a lot of Evil Hikaru's emotes are so powerful, so strong, and so intimidating that opponents can instantly concede after you just say, well played. So that pretty much does it for this episode of Making Connections and my top 4 tips on how to be truly evil. Don't forget your special action. In fact, no, wait, I'm evil, Marco. Do forget your special action, and no thanks, World of Indians. No thanks, and good morning.